Are we waiting for Lisa or?
Oh, yeah, should
Well,
we wait for Linda? Or should we?
I don't think we need to wait for her, but when we get to solicitation, she is one of the authors.
All right. Madam Clerk, we have a call to order and roll call, please.
Ted Carlson.
Here.
Terry Kelly.
Here.
Jack McKenna.
Here.
David Nesbitt.
Here.
Marsha Olson.
Here.
Also present is Dee Ennis, Deputy Municipal Attorney, and Lisa Slusner, Deputy Municipal Clerk. You have a quorum.
All right, let's take a look at the, do we have anything else that we want to add to the agenda or changes to the agenda? All right, let's take a look at the minutes from the previous meeting. I know you've all done that already, but I'm going to take a second, last minute look.
Second.
Any objections? All right, hearing no objections, the minutes from the last meeting are approved. Let's take a look at, what do we have next? Consent agenda. Let's take a look at requests for gift exception, but nothing there. Elected officials, nothing. Conflict of interest, nothing. It's a great meeting. Nothing. Okay, so it looks like we do have the orange one. It looks like it has something. Let's see. What about Scott Bowman?
You know, I just think this very first one's interesting.
Yeah, I
Joyce
noticed.
Anderson.
Yeah, right?
Election Commission.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about what the Election Commission does, because it's an assembly board. And of course, they always do work with the League of Women Voters and getting the impartial informational pamphlet out to the voters. So I don't think, I certainly don't know enough, and whether we need to ask, I don't know, Lisa, if you know enough about it, or we need to ask Barbara Jones, or, what's the overlap there, I don't know.
Let's ask Barbara Jones, I think.
Okay.
I know what their duties are, which have to do with the canvass, they take a look at all the question ballots and decide whether or not they get to be counted. And
Well, maybe, Lisa, would you mind if I can, Chair? If I can suggest that,
Okay.
I'm going through the chair today.
This guy, no one approaches me in the park.
Yeah, I'm the one that
Let's
does
go to
that. If we could ask Barbara maybe for a 2-paragraph explanation of why this is not a conflict.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, what I have a problem with is you get that League of Women Voters that send out the pamphlet.
Pamphlet, yeah.
And all that, and she approves that.
The commission, and I don't know that because that goes through legal and the clerk's office.
Yeah,
Legal
the
reviews it.
commission doesn't approve it. Legal and the clerk do.
Well, I don't think she approves it.
Well, she's the president of the League of Women Voters,
Well, maybe, yeah, I mean, it
and she's paid $56,000.
Yeah.
yeah, again, I think we definitely need to know more about this. Yeah.
And I think the way that happens is that Legal and Barbara, they put together all the language to give to them to publish. And then they just publish it. They don't get to say, change this language or do this or put this way. They just literally publish what's given to them. So they're paid that amount to put out this publication.
Well, but let's look into it.
Yeah,
first,
but yes,
if we
yeah.
could. Yeah, let's try to
Yeah.
find a little bit more about it. And then Scott Bone, he owns an architectural firm,
Yeah.
or he's a principal in an architectural firm.
Now, Bone and Kroon, Dee pulled out last time. She was going to take a look into those two.
Oh yeah, how'd that turn out, Dee?
Very well. Happy to report.
But it's confidential.
Well, maybe what I'll even do when we have,
Ceremonial pulling it again.
is if we have a 5 or 10 minute break, I will go call on these two. Huh? Yeah,
Both of them.
yeah.
I just keep hoping they'll slip by, so I
That's,
put them back in there.
Another one we mailed off to Steve Strong. That just disappeared. So it's just-
Steve Buffer is that? We had that.
Is he back?
Well, Steve something came up about a year ago, and we ended up going so
Oh,
slowly
that's right.
that it
The
just.
interesting, where he was
Oh.
gonna be hired as a consultant
That's
for
right.
something.
And this one, Steve is just signing off on Kroon's,
On what?
on Kroon's disclosure.
Oh.
So these go together. Kroon,
Oh.
yeah, and that's
Oh,
what,
gotcha.
yeah. So he's his boss, I guess.
Okay. Did you pull that out? At the
Yeah,
same
I
time?
did, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, right. This was the port guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Let's take a look at the canary colored. Notice of intent to respond to public solicitation.
This is a municipal employee that's gonna bid on a foreclosure property. I wish this
I'm
was
sorry.
yesterday.
Oh, I see.
A familiar name, however.
You see the two tall people there.
Right. Here it goes, the table.
Oh, no, this isn't the guy who, oh,
think it
is
is.
really?
It is.
Oh.
Well, but again, municipal employees can bid on the foreclosure
Yeah, I
process.
know. It's so, okay. And I take it submission deadline was to submit this form, not submission for,
Yes,
The
I
bid,
think,
okay.
yeah.
At least he learned and did it right
Yeah, he
this
did.
time.
yeah, right?
You know, I wonder if Lisa knows that it's 10:30 and not 12:30 or 12. I might
Or
wanna check.
11:30.
Yeah.
It used to be at 11:30. I'll call her.
So these are a bunch of school ones.
Yeah, these are all signed off.
I don't know if the newer members were here when we had quite a bit of conversation with Dave Whiting and other people at the school
Right.
district over a case, and that they have a really robust examination of this. That when Todd or David signed for this, Todd has that they've really
They've looked at it.
they've looked at it. Besides the fact that the school district processes are so different than ours.
Okay.
Okay, that's good.
We're not going to have to wait for. Oh, you can do the consent thing, but then we're going to
Yeah,
have
is
to wait before we
anyone,
can go.
anyone have anything from the consent agenda that gave them heartburn or anything like that?
No,
All right,
other
we-
than we pulled out until there's.
Well, Okay, we can move, motion to approve the consent agenda?
Move to approve.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no? Okay, consent agenda passes. Okay, so we're gonna hold off.
Well, we're going to have to because we need to have the tape moved.
Oh, yeah,
But I think we
right.
could all read it right now and look at the code, the relevant
yeah.
code section.
She says, sorry, everyone. She's like, hi, Lisa. And I'm like, are you thinking our meeting's like, oh, no. Because I thought it was at 11:30.
Could we, Madam Clerk, move into I guess, deliberative session, right?
Okay. While I was gone, did we get a motion to approve the
Yes, we have
consent agenda?
motion and the consent agenda has been approved.
Okay.
Yes.
And,
Second the motion.
we didn't pull any of
Jack,
these.
good second.
Okay.
Or reverse.
Keeping in mind, too, that D pulled.
Okay, without, and the one for me to take care of. Okay.